While the First World War primarily unfolded in the European theater, its impact reverberated across the globe, reaching even the shores of South America. Venezuela, situated in the northern part of the continent, found itself navigating a complex web of global events during this tumultuous period. This article explores Venezuela's role in World War I, examining its stance on neutrality, economic adjustments, and the far-reaching consequences of the war on the nation. Neutrality and geopolitical distance. Venezuela, like many Latin American nations, opted for a policy of neutrality during World War I. Geopolitically removed from the epicenter of the conflict in Europe, the country sought to avoid entanglement in the war's devastating consequences. The Venezuelan government, led by President Juan Vicente Gómez, aimed to safeguard the nation's interests and maintain stability in the face of global upheaval, economic shifts, and the impact of global trade. While Venezuela was not directly involved in the military aspects of World War I, its economy felt the ripples of the conflict. The war disrupted global trade patterns, affecting the export and import dynamics of nations around the world. Venezuela, heavily reliant on oil exports and agricultural products, experienced fluctuations in its economy as demand and prices for these commodities shifted in response to the war's demands. Oil industry expansion and economic opportunities. World War I marked a period of economic transformation for Venezuela, particularly in the realm of oil production. The war heightened the demand for oil as a strategic resource, and Venezuela, possessing significant oil reserves, began to attract foreign investment in its oil industry. This period laid the foundation for the later boom in Venezuela's oil economy, which became a central component of the nation's economic landscape. Global diplomacy and ties with the United States. The increased importance of oil during World War I brought Venezuela into closer diplomatic and economic ties with the United States. American companies invested in Venezuelan oil fields, setting the stage for ongoing economic relationships that would become increasingly significant in the decades that followed. The war indirectly facilitated a shift in global economic dynamics, with Venezuela playing a role in the rising importance of oil in international affairs. Post-war challenges and sociopolitical impacts. As World War I came to an end in 1918, Venezuela faced challenges associated with the post-war era. Economic adjustments, changing global dynamics, and the ongoing consolidation of political power under President Gómez influenced the nation's trajectory. While the war did not directly lead to major geopolitical shifts in Venezuela, the economic and diplomatic changes it initiated laid the groundwork for the country's future development. Conclusion. Venezuela's experience during World War I was characterized by a commitment to neutrality, economic adjustments, and the emergence of the oil industry as a key player in global affairs. The war indirectly shaped Venezuela's trajectory by fostering economic ties with the United States and laying the foundation for the nation's role as a significant player in the global energy market. While not a frontline participant, Venezuela's story in World War I is an integral part of the broader narrative of how global events influenced the trajectory of nations around the world.